Hi friends, I'm Jemay, and this is my introduction to Booktube. I watched a few people do the Booktube Newbie Tag, and so I thought I would do it too, because I'm super new to this space, and I'm like, yeah, so I'm new to the space, and I'm new to YouTube altogether. So, um, let's just get to the questions. Let's get to the questions. Actually, why did I start this channel? That's an excellent question. Honestly, the short answer is my friend. I decided I want to take content creation more seriously. I was doing it over on TikTok before, it died. I mean, it came back to life, but it don't feel the same to me. The vibes feel bad, so I really don't want to go back. Um, my friend was like, "You have to make a YouTube," so I made a YouTube. If you can't tell, I'm really into sports and I'm really into books, and so I really made this channel as a place for me to talk about both. Um, I know a lot of people don't do that. They like to have very niche things, but I'm a black queer girl who likes sports and books, and I think that's a good opportunity to talk about that. And I know there are other people who like the same things. So, um, this is a good opportunity for me to make more community and really like booktube. I mean, yeah, YouTube is long form, and sometimes my problem on TikTok is that I talk too much. I just be rambling and going and going, and people seem to like that kind of thing on YouTube. People not so much on TikTok. So I think honestly this is just a really good opportunity for me to just keep rambling and talking about all the things that I care about. Question 2: what are some fun and unique things you think you can bring to booktube? I mean, obviously, I kind of answered it in the first one, but this is a collab page. We're going to talk about books, we're going to talk about sports, we're going to talk about both. I don't know how I'm going to meld them together, but it might happen. It might not. They might be separate things, but um, either way, this is really going to be an opportunity for people to just talk about books because I feel like sometimes a lot of the conversations about books aren't super in depth. Like, people will be like, "Oh, I like this book," and they don't really tell you why they like the book, or they don't tell you if they had questions. Like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes people just are making content for the sake of content, and that's fun and cool, and there's a place for that. But I think um, to really get people into reading, like, they have to know, one, find things that they like, but two, like, feel like they have some place to like actually discuss things in depth. So hopefully I can bring that to booktube. Number 3, what am I most excited about on this channel? Honestly, I'm really excited to just ramble. Not gonna lie, I see, I get too excited and now I can't speak. Um, yeah, I'm excited to show y'all what I'm reading too. I feel like I like really read anything. I'll get into that more later, but um, I'm ready to ramble. Not gonna lie. Number 4, why do I love reading? Reading is really a good opportunity to do like so many things, right? Like, it can be an escape. It's a good opportunity to learn, both like personally and about history and about, honestly, I love that saying that's like, you know, there are really no new ideas, because there are not. And I love like reading a book, especially like some feminist literature that came out in like, you know, 1902, that was like, that are saying the same things that I'm saying. It's kind of scary that we're still like repeating the same things, but um, I'm hopeful that reading can lead us to a better path. Um, and two, I just love the places that reading can take you. Um, and I just love talking to people about books. So, yeah. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? All right. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't have a favorite booktuber. I just got here, okay? I started watching a few people's videos that I liked, so I started to subscribe to a few people. Um, and I am excited to like dive into other people's content and just kind of see what people talk about, because obviously having community is like a two-way thing. And so um, And I love internet friends. You know what I'm saying? Me, one thing about me, I'm gonna make an internet friend. So, but I guess if I had to ask them a question, I would ask them um, if they, one of my favorite TikTok questions actually was that if you could switch lives with a book character, who would it be? That question kind of gagged me a bit. But yeah, that would be what I'd ask. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? Now, this is a good question, and I'm gonna say it in 2 parts. So when I was a kid, I was kind of into reading. One of the, like when I was young, like 3rd grade, I was really into Cam Jensen. And for a while, I thought that series was fake because I would always search it and I could never find it. But I think I was spelling her name wrong. But yeah, Cam Jansen is a 3rd grader. And then James Patterson's Maximum Ride series. I was obsessed with that series. Like, it was so bad that, like, I remember, like, one when I was in the midst of reading it, and I think I was on like book 4 and my library didn't have it, but they had it at a different branch. Do y'all know I took the bus to go get that book so that I could read it? Yeah, so that's the one, high school me. And then I kind of stopped reading, as most of us do. And I didn't really start reading again until 2020, when the world was in chaos. I actually ended up joining a book club called Revolutionary Reads. Follow the Instagram, revolutionary.reads. I'll put the tag on the video. I joined this book club, and the book they were reading at the time was SOOO, and I swear to you, SOOO changed my life. Toni Morrison, I have a lot of thoughts about her as an individual, but I'm gonna always stick beside her. And so, yeah, those are my 3 eras. Question 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I'm a mood reader. I'm not gonna lie. My reading is so up and down. Like, it's February. My reading goal for the year is 50 books. That's been my reading goal for like the last 3 years, and I have not hit it yet. But this year I said I was dedicated. And then I read 3 books in January, and I did finish one today. But it's just been like, reading has just been really slow for me right now. And so actually reading the books to then talk about said books, so that I'm not just talking about old stuff that I read. Like, I want to be able to talk about new and fresh things. Question 8. When did you start reading? I think I was I don't know, honestly. I think I was a young reader, like a 3-year-old reading. I don't know, my parents thought I was very bright at a young age, so I wouldn't be shocked if I was like under 5. Number 9, where do you read? This is a fun question. Typically, I love audiobooks, so I love listening to an audiobook on drives. Sometimes when I'm driving to work, I'll start my day listening to a chapter, or if I have like long drives period, like I'll put on an audiobook sometimes, especially if I'm not in the mood for music. So that's probably like my number 1. I've also really developed this kind of joy for reading in bed. And I used to not like it because it would make me tired, but it's like, I need it to make me tired, And sometimes it's cool to just like, you're really getting deep into a book, but you're already like very cozy. So, either listening while driving or reading. Number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? Now, if you ask my story graph, it's gonna tell you LGBTQ, contemporary, romance. And honestly, that's true. I love a queer book. I love a queer book. And I love a YA. Okay? I very queer YA. Contemporary, you got me. Queer YA literary, you got me. Queer coming of age, you got me. I'm really not a hard person to please. And 2, I try to like read diversely, like, and when I say read diversely, I mean across genres. I do typically only read books by Black people. Well, not only by Black people, but by people of color. I prioritize reading Black authors. So most of the books yeah, so most of the books that I read are by Black people, and obviously that's intentional. Um, I always find it funny. You ask somebody like, it's just funny to live in two worlds. I'm not gonna start a rant about this, but yes, I read by POC books, mostly from romance, YA. I love a little fantasy. I am into cozy mysteries now, and low key, I'm getting into thrillers. I just like a little plot twist. So, and last but certainly not least, what does my book collection look like? Um, I have a couple of shelves throughout my house. I actually just sorted them into um, like books that I've read and books I haven't read. And so I'm probably gonna post a reel, not a reel, a YouTube short, probably a reel too, of like how I sorted them. I have so many books that I haven't read yet. Um, so that side is a little bit, the side is a little bit bigger, but um, yeah, it's a variety. Again, like mostly books by Black people. Some classics. I am trying to get all of James Baldwin and Toni Morrison's books, so I have a bunch of those. And yeah, I'm a big Jasmine Guillory fan, so hopefully one day I'll have her collection. Yeah, sometimes I just have random books. There was a time where I was like really into community organizing and abolition. I'm a Black feminist, so I'm not saying that to say that about those politics don't exist. They do. But there was a time where I was just like buying like so many books just to, I guess, have them, so I have references. Um, and there was still something I need to get through. So that's probably a explanation. And so that has been my Booktube Newbie Tag video. If you're still here, if you're still here, thank you. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you have one on your page so I can watch yours and we can be book friends. See you guys.